Bit by bit, he just grabs all his peasants and just goes.
Got Any Pro, all of these players came from the Warcraft 3 background. Not a professional scene, but really casual. They were in clans, and that's something to think about.
There's a lot of that. Lynn, too, who played for We May Talk.
Yeah, Lynn as well.
They shut down the StarCraft team, then shut down completely,
Yeah, he's actually in this tournament,
Yeah. All right, guys, here we go. So it is Remind versus Paladin. Let's go. So Remind, of course, a Night Elf player. And in the upper, we're going to show a shot of Remind first here. Check it out. He's left-handed. Interesting. Paladin from Poland is not. And so we have a Night Elf versus Night Elf match here.
Yeah, mirror matchup.
Game number 1. It is a mirror matchup. So we'll see what happens. And it's in English, which is great.
Yeah, we will have the cast in English this time. Well, for the cast not only, but the UI as well.
So like I said, we're not terribly familiar with Warcraft 3. It's another situation where it's kind of like they have people that speak English, and they happen to cast other games, so why not stick them in front of this game as well? We'll see what happens. I played a ton of Warcraft 2, actually, for a while. So.
Well, in this game, there are 3 resources: gold, wood, and food. And food is like supply.
Well, food is supply, yeah.
Yeah. So, people actually call supply in other real-time strategy games actually food because of this game.
Yeah, of course. In StarCraft 2, you hear that all the time.
Yeah.
So, Ancient of War trying to creep a little bit, help his Dark Terror get a little bit leveled up.
Yeah. You can see both players really starting off similarly here.
Starting off with Dark Terror, the Demon Hunter. I really wish we could get rid of that overlay on the bottom, actually. It's really annoying me right now.
Well, you should try Chat On, man.
Chat On?
Yeah,
I would love to if they got rid of their overlay, man. Okay, there we go. Dark Terror. No! Oh, this better not be like this all game, man. That's all I got to say. It is a nice chair.
We're sitting in it very comfortable.
Right now, yeah. It's very comfortable. So basically, what little I know about Night Elf, and what little I know about Warcraft 3 is that Night Elves just like to get in there and mess up other people's resource lines.
Yeah.
They want to go after your workers. Now, I'm curious in a Night Elf versus Night Elf matchup, but I so wish that we could have someone like Kaldor here to ask, or I wish Grubby was here so I could ask him, but like, are your workers going to be a little bit vulnerable because wisps just sit on the trees? They don't make trips back and forth.
Yeah.
Are they going to be a little bit, more safe?
Well, you can see a little attack here, actually.
Yeah, well, this is what
this is exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
tend to do. Yeah, this is what I've seen in some of the Warcraft 3 games, and we do have a little bit of hero trading against hero here.
Yeah.
Remind trying to defend, and Paladin though is going to jump right on top of him. He's going to go for it. Paladin losing a little bit of health here. He's going to try to take out another risk.
He wants to trade some of his health here for some of the harvesters. As long as he gets out and escapes, he can do some economic damage here. And it looks like he is going to escape. And so far, Remind obviously going to take the fight because he has that defender's advantage, but he definitely lost a little bit of resources there, having to pull his harvesters away and losing several in the process.
Yeah, so normally in a game of Warcraft 3, or so I've heard, a lot of the early game is creeping up. It's farming for your heroes to get some levels, unless it's a fast expand map, obviously, but I'm not terribly familiar with the maps in Warcraft 3, so can't tell you if this particular one is or not. Paladin being really, really aggressive with his Demon Hunter here.
He's got to be very careful, though. He's getting a little bit low on hit points, but see how he can chase away this Huntress here really easily.
Yeah.
And now it looks like we're going to have a counterattack.
Well, it's going to be Night Elf Archers and that single Huntress going across. And it's actually a Huntress for Remind.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had the names backwards briefly.
That's right. This Remind is going to take out some of these Archers here. And so we will see who gets the edge here. Mirror matchups are, I don't know if they're, you and I cast a lot of StarCraft 2. That's our area of expertise. Mirror matchups can be very volatile in that. I mean, especially if you look at a matchup like TVT, it's you make one mistake, you're basically dead. And I don't know for sure, obviously, but I would assume that in Warcraft 3 it's going to be similar, just because mirror matchups in any RTS, you're going to have at the pro level people able to macro about on the same rate.
That's certainly true. You know, when you get behind in a game like this, in a mirror matchup, it's harder to catch up. Things can snowball out of control very quickly.
Oh, Hunter's getting very low. Remind has to micro that back a little bit. And, Paladin will take that out. Meanwhile, back at the base of Paladin, Archer's defending.
Paladin just continuing to get his resources here, now starting his Hunter's Hall.
Yep. That's right. Some of the camps. Our observers moving so fast, man.
Yeah,
so we do have a Dark Ranger as well out.
Paladin,
and a Sea Witch. I guess Sea Witch for...
Paladin seems to kind of be on the defensive right now. At the same time, we have, of course, the center being taken here by Remind.
Well, Paladin looks like he's just going to creep in a little bit safer area. He's going to take out the last of those gnolls.
Of course, another
the arrows sound like people snapping their fingers. It's like they're just walking around snapping their fingers.
I was thinking the same thing.
So a lot of times, and now in a lot of the Dota games and a lot of the games like that, a lot of MOBAs and Dotas, you'll get to level 6, you get that ultimate. But in Warcraft 3, I've been told, when Grubby and I have talked about that, it's actually very rare to reach that. It's really hard to get to the level to use your ultimate. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to see if anyone can get their Demon Hunter up to the ultimate level in this game.
Yeah, you've got to be so careful with your hero. And it looks like Remind is actually going to pull back at this point. He's done some damage. He knows he doesn't want to overextend himself. Back at home, of course, constructing.
Going for Ancient of Lore, both players actually right now. So just, again, following that mirror matchup trend,
Yeah.
Both players doing things at about the same time.
Nice defense here, of course, by Remind. Not losing too much. A little sneak by, though,
here
of
comes
course.
Paladin. He's going to go after that constructing building.
And there's not a ton to actually defend. He may have to cancel that.
Yeah, he does have someone there defending, though.
Will he be able to defend it, actually?
I feel like he's really letting his Demon Hunter take a lot of damage. He's going to get it, though.
Yep.
No problem. That's canceled. And that's going to be a bit of a problem for Remind.
He's got to get out, though. He's going to be really careful here. That was a close call.
Yeah. The health of your heroes in Warcraft 3, though, is really like a whole another resource. It's like the fourth resource in the game, you know? You want to be able to use that health to be able to get in there and complete objectives and get out.
Basically what you want to do is trade your health to get objectives, exactly like you said, and make sure you stay alive, but you have to take little risks like that to get ahead.
I want to see, okay, so they are about at the same experience right now. Paladin's Demon Hunter is a little bit lower at the moment. Remind overall. I want to see the supply. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, getting a little bit low here. He needs to back up. Nice control. Wow.
Yeah. Ancient of Lore is being constructed. There's level 3. And the Wayfinder. Wayfinder. Wayfinder.
Finds ways.
The finder of ways.
They could call him the Navigator.
The Navigator. And Flies would be Flight of the Navigator. And Marine King just walked in. We should have him cast some Warcraft 3.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't
do about as good as we would. Yeah.
Well, this Demon Hunter, of course, now level 3.
Yep. Remind still trying to creep up.
Yeah.
So, will we see these players try to go across the map and make major moves against each other? When will we see more expansions being aggressively taken? If I could telepathically communicate with Todd or Caldor right now, I would do that.
It seems like at this point, both players just really want to tech up a little bit, creep up, as you're saying, get as many resources as they can, and neither player wants to attack because the defender's advantage is going to be strong at this stage in the game, so they don't want to overcommit.
Yeah. Now, we do have a level 3 Dark Ranger now, and she did pick up her boots, it looks like. A couple boots.
And that Demon Hunter a little bit alone up there at the top right. He's got to be careful.
Yeah.
Should be safe.
Yeah, it should be. Maybe not. Now, Remind is really I feel like has the map control in this, but we do have Paladin kind of sneaking around the outside. You can see by the mini-map here, he's going to need to be a little bit careful here. Remind is going for an attack here, and Paladin is way out of position. He's not even in position to try to, like, base trade this.
Yeah, he can't really base trade.
Well,
this is a terrible position. He's gonna have to make that choice, yeah.
He's going to try. Ancients of War.
These buildings can defend to a certain extent, but they don't have enough support.
Yeah. That's right. There goes one, and Remind is just going to kill that and pull back, it looks like. And, oh yeah, because there was a town portal from Paladin, so he did get back. We're such news, right? Oh yeah, there's town portal in this game.
Yeah. But you know, the thing is, when you do something like this, now you force your opponent back home. Mm-hmm. Now you have the map control. You can start taking those resources to the top right of the map. And now it looks like Paladin wants to go for another counterattack of some kind. He's trying to circumvent the army a little bit.
Yeah. Druid of the Claw.
Well, this may be our first big engagement.
It certainly could be. Remind, his Druid of the Claw getting a little bit low. It's actually going to go down. He can't save that. That's going to be gone. And so we do have what seems to be a slight army advantage at the moment for Paladin.
Yeah.
But he needs to be a little bit careful there. Yeah, Remind's actually got his Dark Archer.
Yeah, and with the rally coming right out of his base, he definitely is going to get a bunch of forces together here to counterattack this, push this back rather.
Yep. And is Naga Sea Witch hanging out for a moment in that camp. And here we go, Remind going in for the attack. He's trying to focus down that Druid of the Claw there.
Nice pullback.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to say, but I feel Remind has a slight advantage in this fight, but he's being pushed back now.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, the thing is Remind's Demon Hunter is a little bit low on health. And it just seems like the power that's coming behind Paladin's army is a little bit too much for him right now.
Yeah.
Especially with the number of Druids of the Claw that he has right now. Just having that front line able to tank so much damage, it looks like, making it very difficult for Remind to do this. Remind's getting pushed back into his base right now. We may see a very quick game here.
Yeah, this may, in fact, end here.
Yeah, Dark Ranger firing from behind. No damage being done to her at all. That's going to be something that he's going to need to be really careful about. His Dark Ranger getting very low, but there is the level up, I believe.
Yeah, and Remind looks like he's going to hold on a little bit longer here.
Bringing in the buildings.
Yeah, he's got to help out as much as he can.
Yeah. He's going to go ahead and
further
TP
back.
back.
Yeah. That Ancient of War may want to turn around.
Well, I think that Ancient of War is what was keeping Remind in the fight there.
Yeah. Doesn't want to get too out of position on his own, though.
And so we are back to square one, essentially. Right now, 48 supply. For Remind, you can see his Dark Ranger is level 3, and 50 supply out of 50 at the moment for Paladin. So a little bit of a supply advantage for Paladin, and in mirror matchups, the supply advantage is usually very important. Again, not terribly familiar with Warcraft 3, but...
he seems to be supply blocked as well at 50 out of 50.
Yeah.
Maybe because he took some damage earlier in his base.
Yeah.
As Drake does go down to the bottom left here. Small victory for Remind.
Demon Hunter nearly level 4 right now. Very, very close for Remind. And he's got a little bit of catching up to do, but look at this. Paladin flanking down here. He's going to try to catch Remind.
If he gets him cornered, this could be terrible for Remind.
He's got to be careful, man.
He doesn't know.
That's right. Even though he's an elf, even though he's a denizen of the forest.
Not so immortal here.
That's right.
And here we go. Paladin comes in from behind, trying to corner him here. Remind is going to have to make a defensive maneuver to get out of here. He's going to have to loop around the top.
Yeah, he's kind of trapped between Paladin and that creep camp for just a moment. Oh, no.
It looks like he will actually path his way out of here, but taking some losses on the way out.
Pulling
his hero back to try to help.
Yep. Well, it's trying to use that Demon Hunter to try to just harry the forces of Paladin, get his own units back if he can. And we'll see if he's able to do that. Remind once again on the defensive here in game 1.
Yeah. And Remind is just trying to pull back here. Nice defense so far, but I think Paladin may have too much this time. He decides to pull back instead.
He's like, welcome to my Moonwell farm. Take a dip in the Moonwell. And so right now, Paladin, the one with all the map controls. The creep camps are more or less barren at this point, as our observer is showing us. And yeah, look at that. Just a little bit of harassment on that one Druid of the Claw from Paladin. And he's going to go in there and try to do some damage here. But that Paladin taking a lot of damage here. Maybe a little bit of overextension from him. He's going to bring Remind back. Remind chasing.
Paladin is down about 10 supply right now as well.
Yeah, Remind coming back here. I think that supply block that we saw from Paladin was actually pretty crucial. It feels like that really had an effect.
Definitely affected.
Get back in a situation where he could pull back.
It affected how much he could produce, for sure.
Yeah.
If you look at his resources, you can notice he has a lot more resources than Remind does.
It's like a battle to see who can have more Druids of the Claw. Naga Sea Witch getting very, very close to the enemy army. Needs to be a little bit careful there, getting chunked down by the Demon Hunter. Yep.
This is where pathing can be a problem. You know, trying to get out your units don't always listen to what you say. Uh-oh,
and that is going to keep him a little bit safe, but he needs to be very, very careful.
He's totally surrounded.
Yeah, that's right. And there's the town portal again, so Paladin will escape.
That was a close call, though. You do not want to lose your hero like that.
You need to be very, very careful there.
And again, now Paladin has closed the gap in supply. He's actually taken a slight lead here. But that was a close call. If Remind had been able to catch him there, if he didn't have that town portal, then he would have lost so much and maybe potentially lost the game as a result.
Demon Hunters setting the fashion trends for Illidan Stormrage.
Because when you don't have, if you're a Demon Hunter, you don't have any demons to hunt. You just hunt other Demon Hunters.
That's right, or you just cover your eyes and then pretend you're fighting demons. So here's a fight.
This is a really big, crucial engagement here.
Big line of Druids.
Paladin may have the advantage, but...
That's right. Well, we'll see. I mean, the archers from the back for Remind doing a decent job here. Paladin bringing in a Wisp as well. He's going to try to fight. There's one Druid of the Claw getting very, very low. He goes in to try to do a little bit more damage here.
Supply is very close.
Yeah, for Paladin. Again, it's all about these back lines here. Remind, oh man, all the Druids are getting very, very low. Remind has to break through, and he's pushing back Paladin. It looks like this may be enough. Look at that, the Sea Witch getting very, very low. And it appears that Paladin will just barely lose out on this. Just a few too many Druids for Remind.
Look at how low Remind's units are in health. So many of them microed well enough to keep them alive so they can do that extra damage, because no matter how low your hit points are, you still do the full damage.
And
at this point, he's holding on for dear life.
That's right.
He really wants to try to stick in this game a little bit longer.
First Ancient of War getting low. And that'll get taken out here. And will Remind just back off after this, or will he continue to press? It looks like he's going to continue to go for it.
Yeah, he's got
Demon
that
Hunter for
snowball
Paladin. Yeah, getting extremely low. He can't really fight this too much more. And there's a town portal again to get a few units out of harm's way, but
this may just be the
never
end.
mind, it's not a town portal. Yeah, I think this is it, guys. Remind seems to have the counterattack. He's individually bringing back his units, it looks like.
Yeah, very calculated how he's doing that. And another Ancient of Lore here. Takes it out.
No, not my favorite tree. That was my favorite tree, Wolf.
Paladin now down 20 supply.
Yeah.
And Remind's control just so superior here, I feel, in this game. Just allowing him to take these fights, the crucial ones.
Well, you know, again, it goes back to that supply block a little bit. And then I feel like Paladin was maybe a little bit overly aggressive.
Yeah, he just doesn't have enough hit points on his hero to actually fight this out. He's trying to micro with the defensive structures here. But it's
GG, there it is. And Remind wins game one. He is back, and I believe these are just best of ones for group stages too. So Remind taking out Paladin.
And, you know, Remind is one of the favorites for this tournament, I would say. A lot of people are talking about him right now.
Well, this is his last Warcraft 3 tournament ever, man. This is his last chance to get a big title.
Absolutely, you know, and when you have one title left you're shooting for, definitely want to do your best. And it's unfortunate, of course, for our Polish player, Paladin here. Got to take a swig of water.
Yeah, that's right. So will there be another game, or it looks like there might be. kind of getting set up. We're not. Again, information is like hard to come by.
I heard it was best of ones.
I heard that too, but we could be wrong. Remind appears to be. Is he unplugging things? I don't know.
And Cheyenne, of course, off on the score sheet with the referees there.
Yep, that's right.
They haven't seen a land before. That's how it works, generally speaking. I hope we get a shot of the crowd in a second. The crowd is pretty insane at this event.
There's so many fans here. So many fans here.
Gotta say, these DX Racer chairs are pretty comfortable.
They are
right now.
I want one, man. I want one for my apartment, actually.
I love how when you get in the tense moment in a game you're casting, you lean forward, and then afterwards you can just lean back into the chair. It feels great.
Now, Paladin from Abdallah Tichando on Twitter. Oh, I guess that's it.
We're actually going to take a quick break, guys. See you in a little bit.
Side to side.